Hello, happy autumn. This is Carrie with Cookbook Divas. I just took a beautiful autumn walk with my dogs. It's sunny here in Eastern Washington, but it's going to snow tonight. After I go to bed, I'm going to wake up to snow, I think. I'm pretty excited about that because I don't have to drive in it. Let me fix my hair a little bit. Okay, I have some autumn finds for you on Amazon that I would love to show you today. We're going to chat about things. We don't do any hard sales pitches around here. Let me fix my microphone, though. Uh-oh, it's trying to fall over. Okay, let me know if you can hear me. We are live on Amazon Live and also Facebook and YouTube under Cookbook Divas, and that is because we are going to look through some cookbooks today. We're going to, thank you for the following. We're going to talk about tea, candles, books, a couple gifts, lots more books, lots more candles, and I don't have room in my carousel. I was going to show you where I got these pumpkins, but all you have to search for is plush pumpkin. They're good pillows. I was hugging them when I was scared watching The Watcher last night, and this is my favorite one. It's a French blue because I kind of have my house decorated in blues. But since it's autumn, I sneak some orange in here and there, and this is kind of a rusty orange. But can't put them in the carousel, don't know how to tell you how to find them. So happy autumn. Let me know where you're watching from and if you can hear me okay. We are going to spend some time together, and I wanted to show you the awesome recipe that I'm going to make for dinner tonight in case you're curious, but I need to practice sharing my screen. Okay, here it is. I have the link for it in the comments of my own live stream. Ooh, I'm logged in as someone else over here. Hang on. Let me log in as Cookbook Divas instead of Dark Side of the Library. There we go. I'm making this Spanish garlic soup for dinner. It's a recipe from Gimme Some Oven, Sopa de Ajo, Spanish garlic soup. She's living in Spain right now. Let me see if I can share the window so you can see the picture of this amazing soup that I want to make. Present, share screen, window, Chrome tab. Here it is. Okay, can you see that? I hope. This is her garlic soup recipe. How amazing does that look? Ooh, love it. That is eggs and bread. She said, buy a baguette, slice it up, or use stale day-old bread. You're going to kind of drizzle some eggs in there just like you would with egg drop soup. Oh, it looks so good. I'm very excited to eat that later tonight. Okay, we got to get started talking about some merchandise. Behind me is a photography backdrop that is cloth from a company called Kate, and it's a Thanksgiving autumn scene, and I use it to hide the fact that the wall behind me is just kind of blue and boring. So I like these photo backdrops to make it more festive for my live streams. I hope you guys like looking at them. All right, next up, I have a mug that you're going to see me drinking tea out of. I hope it made it into my, yes, it is. It is a library bookshelf mug. I especially like it in autumn because I'm spending more time reading books. Especially tonight, if the power goes out, I have candles and flashlights, and I will be reading books tonight because I can't go to bed before midnight. That doesn't happen. Around here, the power doesn't usually go out just because it snows, but it's been very, very windy, and I do see a storm coming in, and that generally makes the power go out. Okay. I wanted to talk about the tea that I'm drinking. Did you know that you can get Trader Joe's products on Amazon sometimes, depending on the third-party sellers that sell them? So because it is after 3 p.m. and I'm old, I'm drinking decaffeinated black tea from Trader Joe's, and it comes in a 40 tea bags package. And very convenient. And I brought it with me because there's no Trader Joe's in this tiny little town of 700 people that I live in. So I really wish I brought more than one box because a 40 tea bag box of decaf black tea is not even a month's supply for me. I drink lots of tea, and I always use my tea bags twice. I put extra hot water in it the second time around. So just wanted you to know that this exists, and it is decaffeinated black tea, and it comes in these cotton bags, so they're more eco-friendly that way because they're not wrapped in a bunch of foil and extra plastic bags, etc. But it means they go not rancid, not sour, they dry out sooner because tea, the important part of it is the tea oil, right? So keep it in your little plastic bag and keep this sealed up to keep it fresh as long as possible. But this only has to stay fresh a month because I'm going to drink it all. All right. I also recommend Harney & Sons Decaffeinated Earl Grey. Let me grab this. This is a box of 50 tea bags, and Harney & Sons is probably my favorite tea company. Well, I really like Twinings too. But anyway, this is a huge stash of decaf Earl Grey, and it does come in foil packets to keep it fresh longer. But again, 50 tea bags is about a month's supply, maybe. So these are both decaf. Oh, that smells so good. I can smell it in the box. Very nice. Welcome. I'd love to hear where you're watching from, and happy autumn. This other tea that I have in my carousel, might take me a second to find it, going past all the books, is white tea, which I don't usually think to drink. I usually don't. Here it is, Celestial Seasonings, Perfectly Pear White Tea, and the ingredients are white tea and natural flavors. Okay. So there's no actual chunks of pear in the tea. I really like pear flavors in autumn because I live in fruit country. All around me are orchards with cherry trees and apple trees, pear trees, not very many peach trees, but we can grow them here. And everyone just harvested in the last couple of weeks, and all the fruit has been picked, and there's pears everywhere. So I like to honor the season by drinking pear tea. But I won't be drinking this in the spring because then I'll be drinking cherry blossom tea. I like to live seasonally. I don't know about you. Okay, so that is some of the tea that I've been drinking lately this autumn. We're going to talk about candles for a minute, and then we're going to go back and forth chatting about books and cookbooks. Okay, let me see which candle pops up first. How about the apple pie candle? This is so cute. This is by DW Home, my favorite candle company. They use soy wax, high quality fragrances. I've never had someone walk into my house and go, "Oh, I'm allergic," etc. This just smells like apple pie, and it's not too cinnamony. And it says, what does it say? Sweet and warm and fresh. And they definitely added something to make the smell kind of warm. Like maybe not amber, but some kind of a woody fragrance. Because it's not just apple pie. I'm not feeling like I'm sticking my nose into my grandmother's apple pie. It just smells good. It's very subtle, which I like. But it does smell strong enough I can just take the lid off to fragrance the room. I don't even have to light it. Now remember to trim your wick to a 1/4 inch. So this one's too long. If I were to light this right now, it would smoke up the room. Ugh. So this is apple pie. And I feel like you can eat apple pie in fall and winter and Christmas time. So this could be a nice Christmas gift, but it's not super Christmassy themed. And that's a nice alternative because the Christmas scents you normally see in candles are Christmas tree, pine, evergreen, blah, 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 or peppermint or cranberry. Well, what if somebody doesn't like peppermint? Oh, or vanilla. So maybe they like apple pie. This could be a good gift idea. I don't know. I like the glass lid. It feels really secure and pretty. I like the way these look. Next up, I don't normally buy candles from this company. It is the Old Soul Artisan Candle Company. Here it is. But this has a fairy tale theme. This is Hansel and Gretel. And it's their gingerbread candle. And I love the smell of gingerbread, and I bet you do too. But I can't personally eat it because I'm allergic to cinnamon and ginger. So I burn the candle and pretend that I'm eating gingerbread. But I do want to point out this is very vanilla cake-y smelling. It's very sweet. I'm not going to say sickly sweet because it's desserty, delicious sweet. But it might be a bit much. It definitely smells like just white birthday cake. But that smells good. Just very, very sugary. But what else would you expect from a candle called Hansel and Gretel? I mean, the witch has to tempt those kids over there with sweetness. So that's Old Soul Artisan Hansel and Gretel. By the way, now that it's autumn, I'm going to do a couple live streams later on that have nothing to do with cookbooks. Sorry, we talk about lots of things here on Amazon Live. But I'm going to be going through some of my fairy tale children's picture books and showing you some sneak peeks on the inside of the fairy tale books and talking about them. So I'll probably have this candle nearby when I do that. You'll note, though, that I never light candles and set them on my bookshelf here because my backdrop is fabric and very flammable, so that terrifies me. so I don't let any matches near my backdrop. All right, we have some people here specifically hoping to see some cookbooks, right? Let's grab one. Let me find the first one I can find. Oh, on the way by, while I'm thinking about it, let's look at this pop-up card. It is by Paper Love. It is an autumn greeting card that you can send your relatives. I always add an extra stamp because it's kind of thick. So the front of the card is gorgeous enough on its own. It's a metallic coppery color, and there's a little village with some cute little trees. And then you open it up, and wow, that's going to look great sitting on someone's mantle. And they leave you a little white piece of paper card that you can write a note on. And they can remove the note if it's private, and they can display this maybe on their dining table. Who knows? Cute little village. My camera's having trouble with a metallic pattern on the roof. But I thought this was so cute. It is $13.99. It's currently a big whopping 7% off. Big whoop. That doesn't really help you much, but oh well, better than nothing. All right. I'll put this away later. I always say that, and then I have a messy office after my stream. Did I bring over? Yes, I did. I wanted to talk to you about heirloom pumpkin as I'm working my way through the carousel looking for my cookbooks. This is another DW Home candle. And what I like about it is this one, you can tell I've been burning it a lot lately. It's burning unevenly because I had it set on a weird uneven table. It smells like pumpkin, but not necessarily pumpkin pie or pumpkin spice. This is one of the very few autumn candles I have right now that doesn't have cinnamon spicy scent to it. It just smells like food, but in a good way. It definitely smells warm and like savory, and it's just really comforting when I burn it. And I need comfort because I've been here alone watching The Watcher, and it's freaking me out, and yet I keep watching it every night by myself. When will I learn? It's just such a good show. Speaking of good shows, let's chat about my 2 or 3 favorite movies to watch in the time leading up to Thanksgiving. Let me find it in the carousel. I have a tradition, and I always watch Home for the Holidays and Planes, Trains, and Automobiles during the month of November. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Let me click on it here so we can chat about it. There it is. Okay. Let me get the cover up here. Let's share this screen. John Candy, R.I.P. We miss him, don't we? Present. Share screen. Chrome tab. There's the picture. Okay. There it is. John Candy and Steve Martin are 2 dudes that don't know each other, and they're both trying to get home for Thanksgiving to spend it with their family. And John Candy is super friendly and just this great outgoing guy, and Steve Martin is kind of uptight and not having it. And the famous line that's been parodied many times in other films and on Saturday Night Live is, remember, those aren't pillows. If you remember why that line is funny, you're having a horrible mental image right now. I apologize. So I bought Planes, Trains, and Automobiles on Blu-ray, and I still have a Blu-ray player. I don't have a DVD player anymore, but I think the Blu-ray is backwards compatible because you can't always count on the streaming services making this film available when you want it. And they know we're all watching it in November, getting ready for Thanksgiving, so they make us rent it for $3.99. Well, if I own it, I can watch it 10 times in a row if I want, for free. So this is why I still own a Blu-ray player, and this is why I still own some Blu-rays. So at $15.97, it's kind of expensive because most Blu-rays are like under 10 lately, but that's okay. And I forgot that this was a John Hughes film. Okay, good to know. Any other Planes, Trains, and Automobiles fans here? I don't know. My other favorite movie for Thanksgiving is Home for the Holidays with Holly Hunter and, Robert Downey Jr. looking very handsome as her brother, who I think is gay, if I remember correctly, in the movie. So let me share this one with you. Present, share screen, Chrome tab. Here it goes. Okay. Home for the holidays. Hey, Rome. I'm chatting about some holiday movies that I watch in November, including Planes, Trains, and Automobiles and Home for the Holidays. Thanks. Have a good stream. Drop your note. When are you streaming? Are you streaming pretty soon? Like 15 minutes, maybe? I know you always make your rounds saying hi to your awesome live streamer friends. Rome runs a tech show and knows everything about cameras and lighting and webcams and sound and switchers and oh my gosh, 7 p.m. All right. I will drop by and say hello if I'm off my own stream. Thanks for coming by. So Home for the Holidays reminds me of some of my family holidays because you love everybody, but there's drama. And everyone always has a crazy aunt. And I want to be the crazy aunt. That is my goal in life. I think I've accomplished it. And there's stress, and you really would prefer to be home with your friends if you could. And it's just such a good movie. And it has, it has Anne Bancroft in it. Oh my gosh. It must have been one of her last roles, I'm thinking. Let me look at this movie cover. Holly Hunter, Oscar-winning actress, Robert Downey Jr., Iron Man, Anne Bancroft, and this is a Jodie Foster film. I forgot about that. So, don't know how much it is because Amazon is not showing me the price, so we are going to move on to the next items on this autumn live stream. Okay, let's look through a cookbook. We have people patiently waiting to see this. And we have someone using an angry emote. Oh, sorry to hear it. Okay, here is Comfort, a winter cookbook. It came out very recently, I want to say a couple weeks ago. It's from Ryland, Peters, and Small, so I don't know the actual, I think a whole team of people worked on it. I don't think there's a specific author. It's more than 150 warming recipes for the colder months. It is gorgeous, and since it's about to snow here tomorrow, I'm going to need some comfort food. And I want to say something. Oh my gosh. I was minding my own business at Walmart this morning. I bought some Panera mac and cheese, like about this big, a little container of mac and cheese. And I thought, hey, I'm cooking for one tonight. Maybe I'll just have a little mac and cheese comfort food if it starts snowing. I looked at the sodium content, 99% of my daily sodium, something like 1,190 milligrams in the stupid soup or mac and cheese. So I can't eat it now. That's too much salt. I'm going to get high blood pressure. So now I have to make my own mac and cheese tonight. Great. But I'm also making that garlic soup. I'm going to be cooking tonight. So this is a winter cookbook, Ryland, Peters, and Small. And their chapters are Snow Day Snacks, Cold Day Comforts, Fireside Feasts, Winter Salads, Indulgent Treats, and A Cup of Cheer. I love this cookbook. I'm very excited about it. Haven't cooked or baked anything out of it yet. Going to give you a little preview of it. Check it out. Cheddar and cider fondue. How good does that sound? Especially if you've been out shoveling snow and you're coming into it. You're like, whoa, yay. Facebook angry. My best friend left that. Why are you angry? Chicken liver parfait with fig relish and toasted brioche. Notice that the photographs in this book are incredible. Sole goujons. Are those just fried, like, is this like fish and chips? I don't know. I see French fries on the plate. They do not have a picture for every recipe, though. That's always disappointing. But sometimes they make up for it by having little pictures, but then you have to look really careful to figure out which one is which. Well, obviously, this is the spicy pork sauté, and this is the olive supplì. And I've never heard the word supplì before, so I don't know what it means, but it looks like deep-fried olive fritters. Yum! That sounds so good. Salt cod, potato, and butterbean fritters. I might omit the butterbean because that makes it too healthy entirely. Let's jump ahead. French onion soup. You know you want it. I need to make my own French onion soup because I'm vegetarian, so I can't use beef broth. And as you can imagine, my soup is not as flavorful as the real way. Corn and pancetta chowder. Nice. Let me know where you're watching from, you guys. Poppy seed and bagel Garlic bagel toast. This is taleggio cheese and sage focaccia rolls. That looks fun. They look like cinnamon rolls, but they're clever. They're savory. How fun is that? Those of you just joining us, we're looking through Comfort, a winter cookbook with a gorgeous cover. So here is mashed potato pie with bacon, leeks, and cheese. Wow. Here's the Fireside Feast chapter. Love the photography in this book. Extra crispy macaroni and cheese. I might as well use this recipe because I cannot eat the Panera 99% of my sodium for the whole day that I bought. I don't want it to go to waste, but maybe I'll stir it into my macaroni and cheese and I won't salt mine and I'll kind of combine them to move the sodium throughout a larger portion. Gorgeous picture. I forget what this is. Let me look. I think it is, no, that can't be tuna noodle casserole because I see artichokes and I don't know what that is. Oh, it's an artichoke mushroom at olive pasta bake with provolone. Okay, cool. And this is sausage, pasta, and bean stew with greens. And this is smoked haddock and potato gratin. Is haddock fish, I'm assuming? Farmhouse chicken casserole with carrots, leeks, and potato. And this is going to be me tomorrow, sledding. If it does stop snowing so that my laptop doesn't get wet, my plan is to bundle up in my biggest down coat and mittens and a hoodie and a scarf and a hat and gloves and all that stuff and live stream outdoors so you guys can see the snow. I'll probably have a hot cocoa party out there. So join me tomorrow if you see snow on my thumbnails. Coconut chicken curry with spiced lentil dal and potatoes. And wow, slow roasted pork loin with rosemary, Madeira wine, and orange. I bet I'm making you guys hungry now. That's kind of what I do around here. Jasmine brined roasted chicken with salsa verde. Here's the indulgent treats chapter. Let's take a look. I'm not too impressed with hazelnut cheesecake bars. That's not calling to me personally, but you might like it. Look at this sweet picture of a fireplace with stockings and a dessert. Oh, cute. Whoa, I skipped way far ahead to the drink chapter. Apparently I'm thirsty. Harvest punch. Oh, the sun just went down. Yeah, it's 4:51 and the sun went behind the mountain. Well, that's going to change my lighting. Pardon me if I get washed out. I was kind of counting on natural light that just went away. So that's your tour of Comfort, a winter cookbook. And next up, I wanted to show you this cute little pumpkin patch toy from Mud Pie, a company that makes lots of awesome holiday entertaining, decorating, and toy supplies, but mostly dishes. The only thing I don't like about this wooden pumpkin patch that's for babies who don't put stuff in their mouth anymore. I mean, you could, but they could still choke on this. So I wouldn't give it to a little tiny infant, maybe 2.5-year-old. This is adorable. The pieces are all really soft. They've been, treated and painted, and they're, safe to put in your mouth. They feel good in my hands. No splinters. But this stupid box isn't soft, and you could get a splinter, and there's no lid. How am I supposed to keep these together or take them with me? It's the only thing I don't like about this Mud Pie pumpkin patch, which is $30. But these are high-quality wooden toys, and, some people don't want their kids to play with plastic, so this is a great alternative. There's a little barn, little truck. I'm holding a little harvest sign. There's a couple little cute figures, although they are all Caucasian people. There's no diversity. There's some animals, a horse, there's a scarecrow, etc. Really, really cute. Great for role-playing autumn activities, but I wish it had come with a lid. It did initially come with this cheap, flimsy plastic lid, which I didn't think about, and I threw it away. Shouldn't have done that. Whoops. Okay, what is next? Let's talk about this Times copper pot candle, which you actually can't see because I hid it behind stuff. I usually leave it there because people see it and go, whoa, what? I got to get this other candle out of my way. Okay, this is incredibly expensive because it's copper. So it is a candle from the company called The Times, and they spell it Thymes. It is a copper pot candle, and the fragrance inside is simmered cider. It's a 3-wick candle made from high-quality soy and I think a little bit of coconut wax. If you keep these wicks trimmed, it's going to burn around 58 hours. Of course, you would never burn it more than 3 or 4 hours in a row, of course. It smells so good. Sometimes I just leave the lid off. I haven't burned this one yet. When you're done burning the candle for 58 hours, you can use this for a jewelry box, keepsakes, coins, trinkets, etc., but you can't serve food or alcohol or any liquids in it. Nothing that someone's going to eat because it's copper. But isn't that pretty? And you cannot cook in it. Can't put it on this. You can put it on the fire, but you're going to regret it. Okay. Isn't that gorgeous? But it is $58, and I don't recommend you buy something you haven't smelled yet. But if you're familiar with the Times company, then you might feel more comfortable doing it. I got to do something about my lights now that the sun went down. Well, technically, it didn't go down. It went behind a mountain. Okay. Maybe that makes me less washed out or more. Oh, that made it worse. Okay. Wanted to chat about this cute Hello Pumpkin campfire mug. It is galvanized steel enameled, so you cannot put it in the microwave. Bad things will happen. So warning, warning, don't put it in the microwave. But you also have to hand wash it, or this little cute thing will come off. Let me turn my light back on because that was a big mistake turning it off. Okay. Woo, I really need an assistant to do all this crap for me. Okay. So this is awesome because if you put something cold in it, it stays cold longer because it's steel. If you put something hot in it, it stays hot longer. So tomorrow, if I'm out by the fire pit watching my dogs play in the snow, I will be drinking my hot cocoa out of this, and I'll be holding it with mittened hands so it'll help keep my hands warm and it won't burn my fingers. This is by Sweetwater Decor, and they also make one that says pumpkin spice, and they also make a Christmas one that says merry and bright, and you'll be seeing that one on my Christmas streams too. What might I drink this out of? Or drink in this? The Republic of Tea, which I need to find. Here it is. I found it. This is why we watch Cookbook Divas live streams, because I throw stuff all over the room, and it's hopefully entertaining, right? Okay. Republic of Tea. This is a harvest tea assortment, and I love to have these on hands for guests so that my guests can choose their favorite. This one is pumpkin spice. Then there's a cranberry blood orange that I want to try because I can't have the pumpkin spice one. Pomegranate green. That's nice because usually harvest teas don't include a green tea option. Golden pumpkin, caramel apple, and hot apple cider. Isn't that cute? This could be a nice little hostess gift. Next time you go to someone's dinner party, just bring one of these with you for your hostess. And check out, where did it go? This beautiful tin from Harney & Sons of spicy tea that I cannot drink, but I will serve it to guests. Pumpkin spice. It is in a gorgeous tea tin that you can reuse later for trinkets, put your lottery tickets in there, hide some cash, etc. You can also recycle it because it's tin. They need it back. And the tea, which smells so good, is in silken tea bags, which I think does help the flavor over cotton. So, oops, this is Harney & Sons pumpkin spice tea in a beautiful tin. Let me put this back over here. We have another candle to chat about that I haven't featured on a live stream in a while because I just found it in a box and I was like, whoa! It is La Jolie Muse Whiskey Caramel. It is a masculine scent. Ooh, definitely smell the whiskey. Don't really smell the caramel, unfortunately, but it's very refreshing. Like there's some, not citrus in here, but like green lemongrass maybe. I don't know. It's very refreshing. A slight bit powdery, no hint of vanilla, which is good. I don't like that. Definitely a masculine scent. The company is La Jolie Muse, and look at this beautiful tin that this one wick candle comes in. Gorgeous. This would be a great gift with a bottle of whiskey. That'd be nice. Okay, I'm going to put this over here. Let's start chatting about some of these books. We did the Paper Love. Okay, it is autumn. I am a big reader in general anyway, but in summer I don't read as much because I'm out at the lake or on a boat or hosting my friends or going out to dinner or shopping or whatever. So in autumn, especially when it's about to snow, I pick up a lot of books from the library. So I wanted to show you what I grabbed today. All the Ever Afters, The Untold Story of Cinderella's Stepmother. This might not be a read for just everyone. Okay, fair enough. We all know the story of Cinderella, or do we? This is not a young adult book, by the way. It is for adults. Okay. I'm going to adjust this a little bit. Okay. As rumors about the cruel upbringing of beautiful newlywed Princess Cinderella roil the kingdom, her stepmother, Agnes, a woman who knows all too well about hardship, privately records the true story. But what unfolds is not the princess's history. The tale Agnes recounts is her own. So she was a peasant. She was separated from her family and forced into servitude. And when she was just 10 years old, she carves a place for herself and she marries a melancholic and capricious drunkard. And she escapes and serves as a housemaid. And then she goes back to the manor and she becomes nursemaid to Ella, etc., etc., etc. So this is kind of a dark fairy tale retelling from the former villain perspective. I love books like that. I think it'll be a nice autumn read. I think I'm going to start it tonight. That's All the Ever Afters by Danielle Teller. And Teller is a great last name for a storyteller, otherwise known as a writer. I see someone new has popped in. Let me know where you're watching from. Why do I have 3 angry Facebooks? I don't know. Okay. Next, The Darkest Evening by Anne Cleves. I don't normally pick up books that say a so-and-so novel because it's usually a detective and there's a whole series and I jump in halfway and don't know what the heck is going on. But I was intrigued by this one because it is about to snow where I'm at tomorrow, or tonight actually. I love reading books about bad things happening in snowstorms. Well, it's actually snowing. I don't know why I'm like that. It's kind of weird. So this says, the darkest evening hides the deadliest secrets. On the first snowy night of winter, which would be tonight at my house, Detective Inspector Vera Stanhope sets off for her home in the hills. Though the road is familiar, she misses a turn and becomes lost and they said disorientated. I still claim that's not a word. I know the big Oxford Dictionary added it recently. It's disoriented, people. Anyway, sorry, that was a rant. A car has skidded off the narrow road in front of her. Its door left open. Oh, I need to be looking for... Okay. Its door's been left open. And she stops to help, but there's no driver to be seen. So she thinks the owner has wandered off to find help. But then she hears a cry and finds a toddler strapped alone in the back seat. So she takes the child out and drives on to a place that she knows well called Brockburn, a large, grand house in the wild northern countryside. Now it's a little bit shabby and run down. It's where her father Hector grew up. And when she gets there, there's a party in full swing, lights everywhere, Christmas, laughter. But inside, the revelers don't know that there's a woman dead in the snow. As the blizzard traps the group deep in the freezing Northumberland countryside, Brockburn begins to give up its secrets. And Vera digs deeper into the investigation and uncovers her family's complicated past. I love books like this. Now I want to start this one tonight, too. I can't read 2 at the same time, or can I? Possibly. That is The Darkest Evening. Winter Sisters. I picked this one at the library, and I'm not sure it's going to be the first one I reach for. But again, I love reading books about snow when it's snowing. This is set, I think, in the Civil War. Yes. Oh, no. After the Civil War, New York, 1879. An epic blizzard descends on Albany, devastating the city. When the snow finally settles, two newly orphaned girls are missing. Determined not to give up hope, Dr. Mary Stipp, formerly Mary Sutter, a close family friend and Civil War surgeon, begins to search for the sisters, and what she discovers is enough to pit families against one another and tear reputations apart. So Mary's mother and niece Elizabeth return from Paris to mourn their friends, but blah, blah, blah. The family starts searching, and then disaster strikes the city again. This is why I picked this book up. Maybe I'm a little morbid, but I like to alternate happy, fun, light reads with dark, creepy ones, especially if it's snowing. That is Winter Sisters by Robin Oliveira. Let's take a break from books for a second, so I don't want you guys to get bored. We talked about the mug. Oh, I didn't grab this candle. I thought I did. I was trying to tell you about the DW Home Latte Apple Spice Latte candle, but I wasn't smart enough to grab it, so never mind. I did grab the richly scented apple cider. This is another DW Home candle. It is massive. I have not burned it yet. It's sweeter smelling than I would have expected, but I like it. It's not vanilla-y. It's richly scented apple cider, hand-poured, burn time 56 hours approximately. That's a pretty good deal for a $22 giant jar candle. And I love the high-quality wax. When I burn these, they don't soot up my house unless I forget to trim the wick. That happens. It smells good, and it's not super cinnamony. I love cinnamon, but I save the bulk of my cinnamon-ish candles for Christmas time. That is apple cider. And let's chat about Book Nerd. So it's autumn, and it's going to be raining and snowing. So I want to put a puzzle together. And someone gifted me, a good friend, gifted me Book Nerd, a 1,000-piece puzzle by Workman. And it's definitely not autumn colors. It's very summery to me with the yellow and the blues and greens. But it has doggies and kitties and books and bookshelves. It's everything I love. So I would like to start putting it together, maybe tonight. And here's what it looks like on the inside. It looks like a puzzle. What I don't know is how long it takes to put together a 1,000-piece puzzle. I might set it up on the coffee table so that while I'm watching Netflix and Hulu and Amazon Prime, as you do, while I'm rewatching Planes, Trains, and Automobiles that I've seen 100 times, and Home for the Holidays that I've seen 100 times, I don't need to completely pay attention to the TV, so I could be putting this puzzle together at the same time and kind of like maximizing my enjoyment of everything. So this is Book Nerd, and I would definitely recommend this for a Christmas present to the book nerd friend in your life, because it's a nice gift they can use, enjoy once, and then give away and not have to keep forever. And it's not even $20. What a good deal. Book Nerd. And one of these days I will put it together and put a camera down on top of it and show you guys what it looks like when it's together. But that's going to be a couple weeks from now. Okay, that's Book Nerd. And shall we chat, if I brought it nearby, about the brand new Pasta Granny's Comfort Food Cookbook? There are a lot of people super excited about this because the first Pasta Granny's book was so well received. This is their comfort cooking follow-up cookbook. I'm so excited. This says, no one knows the joy that comes from cooking for family and friends better than a Nonna. Now, is it Nonna or Nona? I'm thinking it's Nona. I'm going to say Nona. In Pasta Granny's Comfort Cooking, Vicki Bennison, the author of the best-selling Pasta Granny's Cookbook, brings you more heartwarming recipes and stories from our favorite Italian grandmothers. As well as meat, seafood, and vegetable pasta recipes, chapters cover pizzas, pastries and pies, rice and pulses, dairy and herbs, nuts and spices. Every recipe, and this is unusual in cookbooks, every recipe is accompanied with a QR code which, once scanned, will take you directly to the YouTube video of each recipe. There's a Pasta Grannies YouTube? I mean, of course there is. Let's check it out. YouTube Pasta Grannies. Let's take a look. Sure enough, and there's a video from a day ago. I'm going to let it play. I have it muted. Let me share my screen. Share screen. Chrome tab. Here it is. This is Nicolette making artichoke lasagna from Sardinia. Oh, she's adorable. That is Pasta Grannies. So let's take a look at their cookbook. Oh, I don't think. There we go. Love the end papers. Publisher is Hardy Grant. Here's the chapters: herbs, nuts and spices, vegetables, rice and pulses, meat and seafood, dairy, pizza, pastries, and pies. Okay. I love that the edges of the pages are green. Let's, Okay, there. I'm hoping to see a food recipe soon. Okay, salads. Let's get to the pastas. That's what I was looking for. This is Procida Ladies Spaghetti al Pesto di Limone. Oh, lemon pesto. Yum. I love lemon pastas. So we get pictures of the grannies. This is Agata and Clelia's Gnocchi Lunghi con Zucchini. And what's this? I'm just going to skip ahead. Carla's Risi Itoki chicken stew risotto from Veneto. Comfort food indeed. Here's the meat and seafood chapter. That's eggplant. That's not meat. Okay. Bigina's fettuccine con coniglio alla schitana. I hope I said that right. Not sure. Ooh, rabbit sauce. Here is Claudina's Dolari spinach and beef pasta rolls from Le Marche. Le Marche? That's French. What? What's happening? Oh, here's another Nona. And another one. And another one. Gigina's gnocchi con polpettini e involtini di manzo. Whew, I'm going to read the English version next time. Gnocchi with meatballs and beef olives from Ischia. Handmade pasta. Let's skip ahead. Do we have desserts? Yes, we do. Here's someone's Nona. She's adorable. And she's making thick pizza from Bagheera, Sicily. Wow. So I hope you enjoyed this brief preview of Pasta Grannies. You can see a longer look through probably tomorrow over on the Cookbook Divas YouTube. What is next? Oh, yes, there's lots of things we have to chat about. We talked about the movies. We looked at the comfort book, Copper Pot Candle. So this is the tried and true candle company, which is owned by the Times, which makes more expensive candles. These are the less expensive candles. And I like the travel tins, but they have several different kinds. This is 11% off. It's $9, and it's heirloom pumpkin. And it's another one of those savory, not spicy, not very cinnamony. This one is more earthy and a little bit more spiced than the heirloom pumpkin in the jar candle. And it's a cute little travel tin. I have a friend that always brings a travel tin with her when she goes to hotels. That's why they call them travel tin. And she brings little matches so she can light it and feel like she's at home. So this is heirloom pumpkin. It smells amazing. And I also got, if it's in the carousel, might not be. Oh, maybe that's it. Autumn chestnut. I think I prefer the heirloom pumpkin. Oh, and this one's hard to open. I might not be able to open this one. Help! Where's my boyfriend when I need him to open stuff? Ah! It's coming. I think I can open it. I'm not sure. Help! Nope. Don't know. Okay, autumn chestnut. I'll have to open it for some other live stream. Now, this is an unusual combination, and I had to buy it. This is also by Tried and True. They're trying to kind of compete with Yankee Candle. It's about the same price point, under $20, $18.63 today. This is pumpkin crabapple, and they colored the wax, cranberry colored, or crabapple colored. Ooh, it smells very sweet. I thought it would be more tart, sour smelling because that's what crab apples are. But no, that smells really juicy, almost like jam. And I can barely smell the pumpkin, but I can tell that it is supposed to be pumpkin. It's very warming, but refreshing. I like the jam. Kind of smells like berries, not a crab apple. I love this fragrance. I wish I could describe it or let you smell it through the internet somehow. We need to work on smell-o-vision as a society, right? Okay. Sweetwater Decor is the people that made this cute little cup. It says Hello Pumpkin, which I'm going to display over here now. They also make a line of candles. 2 lines of candles, actually. This is their amber glass with black lids and black labels. But for those of you that are decorating your house in white and cream, they have a white line of all the same fragrances, but in a white jar, white label, white lid. So I can't, which one? This is Farmhouse Kitchen, but I think I have Farmhouse in the carousel. Sorry. Oh, this smells like buttered rolls baking fresh. That's interesting. How did they get the butter in there? I don't know. It smells amazing. This is Farmhouse Kitchen. And I also have, I lost it. It was supposed to be sitting right here. Okay. Oh, found it. I also have Autumn Wreath, which may or may not be in the carousel. Oh, that one's very perfumey. It's the most unnatural, like unfood-like of all the fragrances I have, but I really like it. If that was a perfume, I would wear it. It smells kind of refreshing, citrus grass-y. Nothing powdery, not too sweet. Lots of maybe, I want to say blood orange or grapefruit, which has nothing to do with autumn, but wow, I love this. Click on it in the carousel and Amazon will have the product listing describing the way it's supposed to be scented because I don't know how to describe it. It's just pretty cool. Okay, let's go back to books. I have several more I want to chat with you about. Be sure to drop me a note in the comments. Let me know where you're watching from and what your favorite part of autumn is. I picked this one up. Haven't read it yet. The Traveling Tea Shop looked really cute. It looked adorable. I'm really curious. It says on the front, love isn't always a piece of cake. So Lori Davis, excuse me. Lori Davis has always followed her passion. After escaping family drama to start a new life in New York City, she's up for whatever challenges life brings. So when an opportunity arises for her to use her travel industry expertise and serve as an assistant and tour guide for her idol, Pamela, the star of television's Tea Time with Pamela, she jumps at the chance. But Lori's exciting adventure ends up entailing a lot more than just scouting locations for researching the Cake Queen's new cookbook. You can see why I grabbed this, because we love to read books about people writing cookbooks. And this is fiction. They cruise around bakeries in New England, treating local recipes like red velvet cake, whoopie pies, Victoria sponge, and Bakewell tarts. More secrets than recipes are revealed as they do this. Now, in between rediscovering romance, learning to forgive family, and finding the best dessert on the East Coast, Lori, Pamela, and the gang might find there's nothing a nice cup of tea, a sweet treat, and a little bit of friendship can't heal. That's nice, because I have a whole bunch of romances lined up to read at Christmas time, and I'm not normally a romance reader, but if you throw Christmas in, you can talk me into it. So this is a non-romantic book. That'll be a nice break from it. That's The Traveling Tea Shop. And I want to put that right here where we can see it. Excuse me. Okay. Hope that doesn't fall down. I also picked up something that might be, I don't want to say a dark read. And there's a lot of pages in it. It's Mr. Rochester by Sarah Shoemaker. And I want to hold this up so you can see it. So let me look for it over here. Mr. Rochester. I'm very intrigued. Now you might Remember Mr. Rochester from the classic novel Jane Eyre. Mr. Rochester by Sarah Shoemaker. For 170 years, Edward Fairfax Rochester has stood as one of literature's most romantic, most complex, and most mysterious heroes. He's sometimes haughty, sometimes tender, professing his love for Jane Eyre in one breath and denying it in the next. Mr. Rochester has mesmerized, beguiled, and baffled us. So she imagines Edward as a vulnerable, brilliant, complicated man who we first meet as a motherless, lonely little boy roaming the corridors and stable yards of Thornfield Hall. On the morning of Edward's 8th birthday, his father issues a decree. He is to be sent away to get an education, exiled from Thornfield and all he ever loved. As the determined young Edward begins his journey across England, making friends and enemies along the way, a series of eccentric mentors teach him more than he might have wished about the ways of the men and women who will someday be his peers. He longs to be accepted and return to the home where he was born, but his father's made it clear that Thornfield is reserved for his older brother Roland, and that Edward's inheritance lies instead on the warm, languid shores of faraway Jamaica. Wow, she's really taken this a little far with her reimagining. Okay. The island holds secrets of its own, and not long after his arrival, Edward finds himself entangled in morally dubious business dealings and a passionate whirlwind love affair with the town's ravishing heiress, Antoinetta Bertha Mason. After a devastating betrayal, Edward must return to England with his increasingly unstable wife to take over as Master of Thornfield. I am very curious. I can't say it's going to be a page-turner, but I'm very curious because I am a fan of Jane Eyre and I kind of want to see what she's doing with this one. Next, we have Winter Sisters, a novel. Where did I put it? Uh-oh. Oh, I already looked at that one. Sorry. We looked at The Darkest Evening and All the Ever Afters. Okay. Did I skip 2 books? The last one? Want to make sure I'm talking about... Oh, look at this cute candle that I forgot to show you. This is by a company called Lotot, and it is a pumpkin cinnamon candle. But look how cute it is. I love this packaging. It's adorable, and it smells good. It's a candle tin. I don't smell any cinnamon whatsoever, but it smells really good. I also don't smell any pumpkin, but it smells sweet and nice. It just smells good. I'm not sure why they said it's cinnamon pumpkin, but look how cute that is. I'm going to put it on the shelf so we can keep looking at it. Cute little tin. And speaking of amazing packaging and cinnamon pumpkin candles, this is by La Jolie Muse, and they always come in these beautiful gift boxes. You could just stick a gold bow on top and gift it as a hostess gift. It is 19% off. $12.99 is a great price for this beautiful travel candle. It is pumpkin cinnamon. And this one actually smells like cinnamon pumpkin. Thank you. And a little bit of coconut too. I don't really care for coconut, but I like the smell of this one. It's by La Jolie Muse. Click on it in my carousel and see their other candles too. I can't wait to see what they come up with for Christmas time. Whoa. Okay. I'm sure you guys already own lots of little mini waffle makers. You know I had to buy this one. And I'm going to do a show where I bake mini waffles with this and hopefully don't burn my fingers, because I want to warn you guys about this. I did burn myself very badly on a cooking show in the last 6 months. I was making waffles and they have this little... This says hot surface. Yeah, so I grabbed this on my show and burned the heck out of my fingers. So you only touch it here after you've been cooking. And it comes with a booklet of recipes to help guide you in making your own little waffles, but you, of course, could Google it and look it up too, in case you lost the booklet. And the booklet does have a scanned QR code to help you find the recipes easier. And there are mini waffle recipes all over YouTube now too, because this Dash company got really popular. And I'm also going to buy Dash Christmas waffle waffle makers as well. And I'll add those to my show. While we're here, let's chat about this mini pie maker. Now, I am someone who can make pie from scratch without even thinking about it. I don't need to use a recipe. My pie will come out edible and tasty and good and delicious, but not the best pie you've ever eaten. I don't care, I don't have time. But when I saw this cute mini pie maker, I had to get it. I just had to get it. It was too tempting. You could buy pre-made crust. You're going to want it to be really thin, like roll it out super thin. You bake the bottom crust first, and then you fill it with whatever filling you want, and then you put the lid down and bake it again. Here's what it looks like. I'll take it out for you. This is also by Dash. And here's their recipes. Get cooking, good looking. Oh, why, thank you. It comes with a cutter to cut out your crust when you roll out your pie dough if you're making it from scratch or from a box mix. And here is the mini pie maker. And again, this is a hot surface. You would never touch it up there. You would just touch it like this. So I happen to have the orange one, but right now on Amazon, the orange one is sold out. The only color they have available is the red one, and maybe a teal one, but that's okay. Teal is my favorite color. Put that back on here. And I love making hand pies because they're very cute and a little, just enough to get you a treat. But did I knock those down? Oh, here they are. This is Sir Latab's Fox and Owl hand pie molds. Foxes and owls are very autumnal woodland creatures, so I like to make for nieces and nephews. So here's the mold that you use to cut it out. Then you press it together inside the mold. There's a booklet of instructions inside the box. And here's what the owl looks like. I have to mention that last night I heard an actual owl outside my window. I think there's one that lives in this big tree. So I'm glad I don't have an outdoor cat. So here's the molds. And I would personally, I didn't read up if they're dishwasher safe or not. If they were, it would be the top rack only. But I personally hand wash mine just to be on the safe side. Alan, hello. Thank you for joining us. Alan, do you like pie? I was just talking about my mini pie maker and how I like to make pie from scratch, but I also cheat and use Krusty's box mixes for crust, or I buy them in the refrigerated section too. But I do know how to make pie crust by hand. And did you see this 3D card on my show yesterday? I just have to show it off because it's so pretty. Your favorite is pumpkin and cherry cheesecake. I love cherry cheesecake. So Alan, how many subscribers are you at today? I need to look at my monetization numbers because I'm waiting to get 4,000 watch hours. I'm going to look right now while I'm thinking about it. You can stand to watch any cookbook videos. I'd appreciate it if you'd watch one because that would give me an extra 10 minutes. Here we go, YouTube Studio. I'm going to find out. Okay. Here we go. Watch hours. So close. 39.75 out of 4,000. I was at 39.50 yesterday, or 47. So we're making progress. We're making progress. Okay. What else was I going to show you guys? I think we have one more cookbook and one more book to talk about. Yes. The last one is going to be a little darker than some people here prefer. I'm going to keep it clean. It begins with a reality TV show. 12 contestants are sent into the woods to face challenges that will test the limits of their endurance. While they're out there, something terrible happens, but how widespread is the destruction? And has it occurred naturally or is it man-made? They're cut off from society so the contestants don't know what's going on or how far the devastation, reached. One of them, a young woman that the show's producers called Zoo, stumbles across the devastation, and she can imagine only that it's part of the game of the reality show. She's alone and disoriented, and she's doubting the life and the husband that she left behind, but she refuses to quit. She staggers countless miles across unfamiliar territory, and she has to summon her survival skills and learn new ones. So this is not going to be a light, fun read, guys, but I'm kind of tempted to check it out. So she grasps that the real world might have been altered in terrifying ways, and she has to figure out what's going on. So I'm tempted because it sounds kind of post-apocalyptic, and I love books like that, although in real life, I do not want an apocalypse to ever happen. So this is the last one, and what's in my carousel is the paperback version, which is 25% off. I'm holding the hardback, which is $20, audio CD. Who buys those anymore? $5, Kindle, $11.99, or you could listen to it free with your Audible audiobook trial here on Amazon. I think I have one more cookbook to look at if I was smart enough to put it in the carousel. I may not have been. No, it's Baking with Dory, and I was really hoping to look through it with you. And I forgot to bring over my Mrs. Meyer's Acorn Spice hand wash. It's sitting in the hallway. I can see it from here. I'm not going to go get it. It is hand wash that smells like acorn spice. It's a little powdery, and I definitely notice when I've used it. And I wash my hands a lot because I have licky, drooly, smelly dogs. And I cook a lot. So I wash my hands a lot. Okay, I guess. Baking with Dory. I found it. Now, something here says 94% off. What? It must be the Kindle version? That's quite a sale. Let's see what's going on. Baking with Dory. The hardcover is $20.99. The Kindle version is $1.99. Yay! So this came out last October, excuse me, in 2021. Every food blogger, cookbook blogger, etc. freaked out. YouTube is watching too. Thank you. Thank you. Everybody was so excited because this is Dory Greenspan, who's famous and makes amazing books and amazing cookbooks. So let's take a look. Why is this so good? I immediately jumped to the pie chapter to find out if I was going to use her pie recipes for my Thanksgiving. And my Thanksgiving is Friendsgiving. No family drama this year. I'm not up for it. I'm going to spend it with friends and chosen family. Okay. I don't even see the table. Aha! Table of contents. Wow. Not really. Just item after item after item. Pecan cranberry loaf. Mochaccino muffins. Miso maple loaf. Buttermilk molasses quick bread. Scone. Wow. So it looks like there's... Oh, this is the breakfast chapter. Duh. I was like, why aren't there more recipes? I'm sorry. It's been a long, awesome day. Okay, I wanted to jump to the pie chapter. Smoked salmon roll up. So she's baking custardy apple and kale cake. No, thank you. I'm not going to eat a kale cake. I'm sorry. Clam chowder pie. What do you guys think of that one? I bet my boyfriend would eat that. I bet he would. Spinach mozzarella pie with Parmesan crumble. I love that she's doing some savory pies in this book too. Oh my gosh, beautiful. Vegetable tart. Stunning. That would be a great summer bake. Potato parm tart. Oh. This would be fabulous at a cocktail party cut into little triangles like finger food with champagne or Prosecco. Wow. Blue cheese bites. Yum. I don't know what chapter I'm in. Steph's Bakewell tart. Oh, the reason my lighting is messed up is the sun went down behind the mountain after I'd calibrated the lighting. And then I forgot to turn on the overhead lights. So, interesting lighting today. Okay. Parisian custard tart. A French Riviera lemon tart. I would love that in the spring when it's been months of rain and cold. And then lemon just tastes so refreshing. Subscribe to your YouTube for my other channel. Thank you, Alan. I appreciate it. You're like the hero. Maple walnut pie. Do we have anybody here who's sadly allergic to nuts? I hope not, because there's so much nuts in holiday foods, right? Pumpkin pie recipe. What is this? Do I see homemade something purple ice cream? What is it? This is a double pear picnic pie. Those of you just joining us, we're looking through Baking with Dory by Dory Greenspan from October 2021. Whoa. I got to find out what this is. Cottage berry cobbler. Now, I thought that cobbler was a bunch of crumbly granola, cinnamon, granola, whatever on top of apples. And it turns out people in the UK use actual biscuits to put on top of cobbler. So it's totally different texture. I'm like, wow, okay. Maybe we should have a new name for one of them. A tarte tatin, a very French dessert. They use a lot of fruit in their desserts, don't they? Don't know what this is. Let's find out. I'm going backwards. I know. Uh-oh, I don't know how to say it. Zarlatka? Don't know. So that was the pies chapter. I see some dessert bar. This is a fabulous baking book. Wow. I can't believe my local library had it and it wasn't checked out. I bet you're going to like this one. Oh, they're called Devil's Thumbprints. Well, that's not a very nice name. Following is caring. Aw. How about this? S'mores ice cream cake. I would never eat this. I can't eat marshmallows because they're not usually vegetarian. I also don't care for them. I'm not really a chocolate fan, and I don't like ice cream cakes. What's wrong with me? Am I a woman? I will eat chocolate. It's just not my favorite thing. But I am going to drink hot cocoa tomorrow. Because it's going to be snowing. You have to drink hot cocoa. But since I'm not driving anywhere tomorrow, I might slip a little bit of bourbon into it. That's all I can say. Okay, chunky lemon cornmeal cake. Oh, here's a Swedish fika cake. What do you think of the photography in this cookbook? Oh my gosh, it is stunning. All right, that is Baking with Dory. I'm going to quickly revisit a couple items from the very beginning of the carousel. Although I have been streaming for an hour, so I should probably get off and let someone else stream. We went through the Pasta Granny's cookbook. I talked about, Alan, do you love Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, the movie? I might watch it tonight. It's kind of my November tradition. And I am someone who stopped traveling for Thanksgiving years ago because when you're single, you have to go home to your family's house because you don't have a baby to force them to come to your house. Anyway, traveling on Thanksgiving is a nightmare for everyone every year. It's too crowded. It's horrible. So I stopped doing it. But I never forgot the stressful travel. So I watched Planes, Trains, and Automobile and Home for the Holidays with Holly Hunter. Love it. We looked through the Comfort Winter Cookbook. We looked at the mud pie. Cute little wooden toys that need to come in a box. I want to play with the barn tonight. I'm going to make these figures talk. Don't lock me in the barn just because I'm a creepy scarecrow. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to get drunk and talk to my toys. Okay. We talked about this pumpkin spice tea from Harney's. We looked at lots and lots and lots of candles, but I don't want you to buy them if you don't know what they smell like. And I showed off my new backdrop by Kate. Tomorrow, you guys are going to love my Christmas hot cocoa stand backdrop. You'll have to tune in to see it. I'm beyond excited. I actually teared up when I opened the backdrop from my Amazon packages and I saw the hot cocoa stand and I was like, I love it so much. So thank you for watching and thank you for chatting, Alan. It's been kind of a quiet night here tonight. Makes me wonder if there's a game on. There probably is. I don't know. Thanks, guys. I'll see you in the next live stream. And if I don't, have a great Saturday night. Bye.